going on? What's going on? It's your boy Kaiki here, and I'm back with another one. And today, man, I just want to go over the units that I want to see get buffed in the next balance break changes. So let me just pull up this old tweet from the official Dragon Ball Legends Twitter. So tomorrow's gonna make a year since they announced balance changes for this time of year. So I'm definitely expecting that we'll probably get an announcement, probably not on this exact same date, but somewhere around the next week or two, we'll probably get an announcement that they're saying that they're gonna buff some new units. So I was like, since they doing that, I might as well just go over the units that I want to see get buffed. And I have my reason for some of these units. Like there are a lot of units that need it, but these are the units I want to see get buffed. But they're older units, so they definitely have a good chance of getting buffed. But just they only buff 5, so I'm expecting that a lot of these units are probably not gonna get buffed. Maybe some, maybe not. You're just like I said, there's so many units that need it, so you just never know, right? So Super Janemba, it's pretty simple, bro. Regen, they don't have too many purple options. They literally only have this guy in Super Boo. Super Boo is super rare, and he's literally not like he doesn't come back on normal banners at all. He only comes back on those filler type regen only banners, and he's on that Space Time Legends Rush banner, but I don't count that banner. That banner is just so many units that's stacked on that banner. If you pull them, that's cool, but no, I wouldn't depend on that, right? Because it's just so many other units that you could sparks you can end up pulling. So I feel like since they want to make Super Boost so rare, just buff this guy. I'm not gonna completely break down their kits and all that stuff, but I'm just gonna go briefly just talk about them by the way. But yeah, best thing about this guy, obviously, this green card right here. Now this green card is stupid, bro. It's still one of the best green cards in my opinion in the game. Still probably like top 5, top 10 best green cards in my opinion, just because it's like, bro, once you get caught in it, there's nothing you can really do, and it's so easy to catch somebody slipping with this. So, and you can activate it so late, and it still will go through. So the best thing about this thing, obviously, is that it counters tap blast. It counters tap blast and blast attacks, and blast units are just so much more prevalent. And you can really end up punishing your opponent if over abusing blast attacks. So everybody use those, could probably like throw them out so they can force advantage. So you go up against somebody that likes doing that a lot, or somebody who likes tap blasting a lot, and then they're just gonna keep getting bodied by this guy right here, because he does stack his green card his strike damage every time that he gets his counter to go through. So really stupid unit. Then it forces you to play up close, because then it gives him an opportunity to go straight into a combo. It's just that green card is dumb. It's pretty much the main reason why he's so dominant, because he's a defensive unit and he can't really tank. So they'll probably have to add something about that to him, where he can tank a little bit too on top of his green card. You do that, and Janemba would be back in there as one of the top units in the game, to be honest. Like, just that green card alone is enough to put him in the conversation. Yeah, definitely probably like top 10 green cards in the game. So my second option here is this SSJ2 Trunks for the future. Now, this guy, his kit, honestly, I like his kit. You could take a look at it. It's just that his stats are really low, and the thing about him is that he buffs blast defense. Like, why? I told you, if you guys saw my tier list video, I'm not a fan, bro, of when they make these offensive units only buff defense. It's just, I don't know, it feel like it takes away from some of like their damage they could potentially have, because they're over there buffing defense. And it's like, it's cool and all, but it's like, bro, who cares? Like, bro, these are offensive units. They're not designed to be tanky anyway. So even if they have a massive defensive buff, like, I don't know, it just doesn't really matter. And this guy's stats aren't really that great. Like, they aren't bad, but for a blast unit, his stat, it could be higher. It could be a lot higher for a blast unit. So yeah, I definitely want to see him get buff. Also, hybrids have been a dead T for a long while, so let hybrids get a little bit of shine. So I definitely like to see him get a buff because of that too. Now we're getting this guy. Now this guy's a for sure. I want to see get buff without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt, I want to see this guy get buff, because I'm not a fan of Regen, the state they are now. A lot of people are fanboying over Kid Buu and stuff like that. That's cool and all. I rock with Kid Buu. He's cool, but I feel like he didn't push. My expectations may have been a little bit too high for him, and I expected him to kind of push Regen up there a little bit more. But Regen are just only mid tier. But this guy, if he gets a buff, I feel like this would be one of the better buffs for this team, just because this guy could take away type at this disadvantage, element factor disadvantage. So you do that 45 timer counts during the match, you pop his main ability, he'll be able to take away type disadvantage. So This is the main reason why Purple Broly was so dominant, just because he had this ability, not this exact ability, but he had he could take away type disadvantage. It's pretty much the same thing, but like he gets it every time he swaps in for 10 time accounts, and Cabiclo here, he just has to pop his main ability and he gets it for 45. So you do that, you'll be able to just slap this guy on the team. You wouldn't have to worry about any green unit, and you be able to cover a red unit too. So basically, you'll be able to cover two color typings with one unit, because you will be able to bring in a blue unit and not have to worry about a green one, and then you'll be able to bring in a blue unit and they'll be able to destroy any red unit. So that's the reason why units that do this, like I see that. Well, let me not say that. I see they still slap this on some characters a lot, but they don't slap it like as often as they do like some other abilities, because this ability used in the right way is just broken, and it's the reason why Purple Broly was so stupid. So if he gets a buff, he will be dumb. He will be dumb for regen, and he'll be a really good option. I really want to see this guy get a buff out of all these guys. Like, I will run regen all the time if they buff this guy. I've always been a regen fan, but only the reason why I didn't like it because I didn't like Zamasu. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that unit. I'm not even a fan of the character. So there's that. Enough talking about regen. Let's get into my boy Gohan, though. One of the OG meta breakers, bro. Don't even get me started. You could look up at any old video when this guy was coming out. He would just destroy any team, hit through type advantage, do it all. Just because that was before sidestepping got nerfed. And with sidestepping not being nerfed, this guy was just beyond broken. Still good now, but his kit, like, his stats are a little bit on the lower side now. Yeah, blast attack is super low, even for a strike unit. But there's that. So best thing about this guy is that he's pretty much, I think he was the first last man standing unit that was ever in the game. So yeah, that one of the main reasons why he was so broken back then. But yeah, honestly, they could just up some of the stats on some of his things in his passive here, and that's all you really need to do. And I feel like this guy will have a high chance of getting buffed just because he's one of those characters that are just super rare. He has not been back on a lot of banners at all. Like, he was on his original Legends Rising banner, then a few of the early step up banners, and then that pretty much was it. Outside of that, he's only came back on those hybrid Saiyan exclusive banners, but those banners were, the hybrid Saiyan filler banners were all garbage. I'm not gonna lie, because hybrid Saiyans was such a dead team, so they were like instant skips. In the red LF, Gohan wasn't on there, so it was just like, don't even bother summoning on those. But if this guy gets a buff, I feel like he would be stupid. A stupid combination besides, is he here? This yellow Gohan right here. You put these two together, they'll be a dumb combination, bro. Dumb combination. It's my boy Gohan, so I'd like to see him get a buff either way, but I feel like he does have a high chance because he is one of the more rare units in the game. Definitely would like to see that. So for my fifth and last option here, now this is, I don't honestly see this guy getting a buff, but you never know, right? Because I haven't seen a Majin Vegeta in a long time, but yeah, Majin Vegeta. Honestly, I feel like he's probably, him and Beerus probably got the most disrespected in a lot of ways, mostly because they're step up units, like no big popular units, no units that people would break their bank for, and they literally died as soon as they released. Pretty much that's how it was. So Majin Vegeta had a little bit more time to shine, but Beerus literally had none because he didn't have a team when he came up. But Majin Vegeta only had like a week or two in the meta before Broly came out, like a week, 2 later. So the main reason why everybody knows why this guy is like, he's just so unusable is because it is. He makes your all your teammates take 30% extra damage for 20 timer counts every time he enters the battlefield. Like, what? Bro, what? No. I guess at the time, because he was given such a massive amount of damage inflicted, and 50% was high at the time, I guess that's why they decided they were just gonna slap this on here. Like, yeah, let's just nerf him down a little bit, just give him that 30% to damage received to the whole squad. But hell no. It just doesn't cut it, bro. You can't use Majin Vegeta nowadays in competitive gameplay. He's gonna have your whole team getting clapped up, man. Hell nah, man. He's gonna have your whole team getting bodied. I feel like they just need to just take this away. If they don't take this away completely, he's gonna end up like Heart Virus Goku, where like, no, like he has no, everybody know Heart Virus Goku. he has that thing right where he loses health every time he uses a strike card, and then when they buffed him, they took it where they made it where they only activates like after like 15 timer counts. But it's like, bro, it still doesn't matter. You're still taking your health away after each card, so it's pretty much the same concept here. It's like if they don't completely get rid of this, like he's just gonna die again in a matter. Like he's probably gonna get used for a little bit and then die again. So I want them completely destroy this, burn this, act like this never happened, and then this guy will become a good unit. Honestly, you could just add a few extra things to this kit. Nothing too special here. You can just make this probably 20 timer counts if you want to. You don't even need to change that because 50% is high enough. So all you really do is just up his stats a little bit more just to make it to where he's up there with current units. Then just take away, burn that, and then he's good here. We'll probably have it where every time he comes in for the first two times where he gets a green card, because his ultimate does take a very long time to trigger, because you do need to get his green card so to get his ultimate off. And his it's easy to get around too. That's the reason why he also died too. So it died out in the metal so much because it's easy to get around his ultimate. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't really need to do much there. Then at 5 star, they can get him a Vegeta family SSJ2. I'd like to see him do something different. I would say SSJ2, but that's such a limited team. So I definitely probably say Majin Buu Saga or Vegeta family. I'd like to see that at 5 star, but I doubt it. They'll probably just up this to probably like 31 or something at 5 star. But that's pretty much it, man. Those are the 5 units I want to see get buffed. So did I pull this up? Yeah, I already pulled this up on Twitter. So like, yeah, I expect that somewhere in the next few days that we are probably gonna get some announcements, or definitely within the year is out. I highly predict that we're gonna get 5 new buff units. Um, 5 new Sparkers, 5 new extremes. I would do extremes, but oh boy, there are so many extremes that need a buff, or like it was no point in me even doing that. So it's your boy Kai Kid here. Go to Last Guy for more content. Tell me what y'all comment. Tell me which units y'all want to see get buffed in the next balance break changes, and why you want to see them get buffed. I will be in that comment section responding to everybody. So make sure shit is lit. You already know how it's going down. So it's your boy Kai Kid. Go to Last Guy for more content, and I'm out.